So, tarot cards. How do they work exactly? I'm fully aware that, it's the cards, the different symbols mean different things. You place them on the table and you read them, you can read your future, all kinds of shit. But how accurate is it exactly? And how so is it that it's even accurate at all if it is? So, as an individual who actually has done tarot in the past, I own some cards. I've had cards that I've specifically gotten rid of because I felt like they were no good anymore for me. What is the secret? What is it about tarot cards? And while it is possible for tarot card readings to make no sense at all, obviously, because they're just cards at the end of the day, how is it also at the same time possible for one individual using tarot cards to come up with a bunch of nonsense and another to come up with a bunch of stuff that makes way too much sense and makes you kind of wonder if they've been stalking you? It's because the individual doing the reading is not the individual actually answering the questions. While they may be voicing it out loud to whomever they're reading for, if not just for themselves, which a lot of tarot card readers do readings for themselves, what they are asking is to whatever will answer. For example, if I was to say a spread, a very popular one, past, present, and future, and ask, okay, well, what has happened in my past? Tell me of my past. Tell me of my present time and tell me of my future. How is it that these cards can tell me exactly that? Every card has a meaning. Every card can have multiple meanings. How is it that a reader could take those cards, look at it, and be like, well, as a child, you were very poor or very rich or this, that, and the other? The answer is that individual reader is asking whatever entity is in the room with it, or whatever entity it is connected to answer and specifically tell them which cards to pull out, or which cards to point out. Some could claim, oh yes, my spirit guide has chosen these cards for me, and they ask them, hey, can you please choose this card for me for this reading? What do you think it is? And then they point it out and show them, and then they show you, and they interpret using what that thing tells them, or makes aware to them the meaning. You can speculate that the entity could be anything from what you would assume as a demon, angel, thingy, spirit guides, whatever. Ghost? Technically speaking, you could use tarot cards to communicate with ghosts. You know what? That would be kind of cool. Ghost hunting with tarot cards. I've actually thought about doing that before, but I don't know. Whatever you believe in that's in the other side, the other veil that we can't necessarily see, that is what can answer the cards, using this individual to interpret. For example, the death card, very popular card. While it can mean quite straight up death, in most cases it symbolizes beginning, rebirth, etc., etc. If that gets pulled up, using the other cards or other things that they use, it can kind of cue in whether or not that card is literally talking about death, or if it's talking about the beginning of something. It could be, oh, when you were young, you faced a lot of death in your family. When you were young, you moved around a lot, meaning a new beginning. When you were young, this, that, and the other. The Lover's card can mean lovers, but paired that with the Death card can mean that your lover either died, figuratively, or literally. Or it can mean that you're on the search for a new love. You're looking for that new beginning. It depends on the placement and what's going on here. So I guess tarot cards can be very specific to that individual. But for a lot of the more accurate readers, because how else are they going to be very accurate here? Because this is a lot of combinations, okay? There's a lot that can go on, and there's not just the major arcana. There's a lot that you can do. You can literally take a card, draw a bird on it, and be like, this is my card, it means this. You can make your own decks and assign individual meaning to the card, assign individual meanings to a bunch of rocks that you throw on the ground, and as long as the thing around you is cued in on what that shit means, it can help you come up with a very compelling story. But it can also lie. It can lie straight through its teeth and make things seem not as they are. It can throw in the truth mixed in with a little lie. And who's to say that the thing that they're asking even knows shit about you or whoever it is reading for? So, tarot cards, while they can be a very interesting thing, you cannot 100% take that stuff for 100% fact. It is not 100% factual 100% of the time. While it can be honest, it can certainly just wove some stuff. And some tarot readers, let's just be 100% here, okay? Not everyone who does tarot actually knows how to do tarot. Does that make sense?
What I mean is that the reader is not always aware that an entity outside of themselves is the one that is answering the cards.
How is it, out of that entire deck, that you can come up with a nice little spread that makes sense to you individually, when a lot of these things can have specific meanings and multi-meanings? Because the little helper in their ear is helping point out what it means. And depending on how attuned that individual is to the little helper and how honest that little helper is, or big helper, some people have some very scary shit next to them, that will specify whether or not the reading given to you is accurate or a complete lie. And to be fair, if you want to believe in more malicious intent, it's entirely possible that it could tell you what's mostly the truth and sprinkle in just enough lie to mess your life up, if not just your day. So yeah, tarot cards, the truth of them. Am I sitting here saying that I'm a saint or something and that I will never touch a tarot card, never again? No. I have some in my closet. I have dice, different things. Haven't touched them in a long time. Maybe it's not the best idea to be touching them, because things, like any object, pretty much can get attached. It is a tool, just like anything can be a tool. You can take a coin and ask yes or no and throw it, and ask whatever around you to answer it. Do I recommend you do this? No, because not everything that answers you is gonna be something you want answering. Not everyone has the best intention, and that is true on the other side of the veil as well. And just like any individual can follow you home, try to murder you, make your life unlivable, any individual on the other side of that veil may attempt to do the same. Heck, they may have a better advantage of doing so because, in the physical world, you may need to get a bus ticket, plane ticket, whatever. Walk with your 2 feet to make it there. Hope you don't get detected. On the other side of the veil, you won't see them when they're standing right in front of you. You can't call the cops to come get them. They're just going to look at you like you're kind of crazy. If it attaches to you and you don't know how to get that off of you, you don't know how to get that away from you, then you have just made your bed with something that will not just mess with you in your every waking day life, but could potentially have the ability to make every single time you go to sleep a nightmare. Every single dream, not a dream. Every waking moment, hell. Every sleeping moment, hell. So what I'm saying is, be safe out there. Don't do anything stupid, please. Go in with full awareness. If you're gonna do something like this, you're gonna go do tarot, understand that while they are just cards, these cards were made with a purpose in mind. And even though you have a purpose for them, and you may be going about it XYZ way, whatever answers you may have the exact opposite in mind for you. Love you all. Have a wonderful day. If you would like to see more content from me, subscribe, turn on the bell to get notified of it. Like the video if you liked the video. And comment below if you have anything to add. This has been a very interesting discussion. Love you all. See you next time. Bye.